Hello! When it comes to Audible, I am definitely a heavy user, although I'm still not using as many minutes on Audible as I probably want to. And this is a kind of dilemma because, am I now driven by another person or another entity? No, I'm not. I'm just making decisions on a day-to-day basis where I'm not listening to all the audiobooks. So today it's the top 10 of my non-started books on Audible. Book number 1, it's Driven by Manny Koshbian. I'm not even remembering where I got the idea to download that book. I really do not know. It's still here. And this is an interesting factor. If you are not remembering who referred or where you got the reference for that book from, the emotional motive to download it and then to start it is probably gone. In this case, I really don't know. Second one, David and Goliath. Another book where I did not start and I do not remember where I got the book from. It's from Malcolm Gladwell, and I really have to say I have not even a thought on it anymore, which came to that idea. So for those 2 books and everything else, leave your comments down and tell me, should I read it? Should I listen to it? And most probably you will know what will be the reason to do so. And that will be great help from your side right now. The Ride of a Lifetime. Robert Iger, I think it was also a book seen somewhere, sounded reasonable, had some coupons, vouchers from Audible, downloaded it, and it was the CEO of one company, but it was not Nike, that was Phil Knight, but I really don't know. Then we have Switch by Dan Heath and Chip Heath, another book. I think it was Ali Abdaal. Ali, you can help me down here and tell me if you recommended that book. I think you did. I think it was about changing habits and stuff. That's something to look up later. Then there's a German book from Stefanie Stahl, Das Kind in dir muss Heimat finden. So the child within yourself has to find a home. That would be probably an interesting book for Luli, because she had some Twitter postings on the inner child topic. I roughly remember that it came from a good friend of mine, that she referenced to it and that she said it helped her so much, but I don't know. The Millionaire Fast Lane from MJ DeMarco. No clue. Leadership on the Line, Ronald A. Heifetz and Marty Linz. No clue. Measure What Matters from John Doerr, Larry Page. I think it was a reference out of the $1 Trillion Coach. That could be possible. And The Perennial Seller. Also a book which came many, many times in the creative community. And I found no real drive to dig deeper on it so far. And that's why not even started yet. Moonwalking with Einstein from Joshua Foer. I think that one came from Lex Friedman from the podcast. Life 3.0 by Max Tegmark. I would guess it's Lex Friedman, but not sure about that. The Power of Your Subconscious from Joseph Murphy. No real start on that one. And that should basically make my list where I really did not even start anything on it. There's one more, No Hard Feelings from Liz Foslin and Molly West Duffy. And how does it come? I had this wonderful occasion right now on Twitter with Jesse, who's saying like, okay, I buy so many books and I can't read them. I have the same problem with audiobooks. Usually it happens that I'm taking that audiobook, seeing it somewhere, pushing the button. and then forgot to put it onto Notion or any reminder app, so that I'm gonna go after it later. And when I scroll through it, I don't know what it's about. And there's so many other books which are still left open, and I'm still not looking into. Let's give you a little bonus here. The books which I did finish, that's a quicker list, and that's a list which is more interesting for many of you, because you get something where you say like, okay, that are good books. Focal Point, Brian Tracy. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck from Mark Manson. Atomic Habits by James Clear. Sell or Be Sold from Grant Cardone. The Effective Executive by Peter F. Drucker. Execution by Larry Bossidy and Ram Charan. The Success Principles from Jack Canfield and Janet Switzer. Money Masters the Game by Tony Robbins. The Power of Habit from Charles Duhigg. Monkey Management. If you work in management, that's your book. John Roy Edlund. The 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. If you ever go to one of the conferences, you get some merchandise. Rich Habits by Thomas C. Corley. Then we have The Millionaire Booklet by Grant Cardone. Eat That Frog, Brian Tracy. Leading Simple, it's a German book by Bodo Schäfer and Boris Grundl. Great two people for the German-speaking audience. Be Obsessed or Be Average by Grant Cardone. And If You're Not First, You're Last, also by Grant Cardone. Those have been the major books which I finished. And then it comes to my fiance also every once in a while takes my phone and listens to stuff. And therefore, Beyond Great was not marked as finished, but I read it. It's a little more tricky to find it out now. The 5 a.m. Club, Getting Things Done by David Allen. 7 Ways to Effectivity by Stephen R. Covey, masterpiece. The Checklist Manifesto by Atul Gawande. By the way, Ali, that was the book I was referencing to back in the days, in October, I think, in 2019. The Infinite Game by Simon Sinek. Millionaire Success Habits by Dan Grossiosi. The World's Fittest Book by Ross Edgley. Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker. Excellent book. My mom is reading that right now. Never Split the Difference, Chris Voss. And then we have Give and Take by Adam M. Grant. Wow. This is Marketing, Seth Godin. The Courage to Be Disliked. Thanks, Ali, for this one. By Ichiromo Kishimi and Fumitake Koga. And then we have Jens Korsen. I'm referencing to him every once in a while. Way of the Wolf by Jordan Belfort. Setting the Table by Danny Meyer. If you work in restaurant business, Setting the Table, Danny Meyer. Remember that one. Setting the Table, Danny Meyer. Unscripted, MJ DeMarco. The Code of Extraordinary Mind by Vishen Lakhiani. Thinking Fast and Slow, Daniel Kahneman. Shoe Dog, Phil Knight. Talked about it before. The Intelligent Investor, Benjamin Graham. Good to Great, Jim Collins. High Performance Habits, Brendon Burchard. And you can bet on it. I will make videos on the books here, and probably every single book. And there's a lot more I finished, and it would be just continuing now rambling around this, the titles and the authors. But the idea is to make like one video on a book every day for the future. So have a look into that. I will probably upload them, not every day. That's another part. But for this month, the idea is one video a day on a book. And that at least it's going to be 30. So I have a little thing covered. And from Sunday on, mark that day, the book reviews will be a little more fancy. Have a great one. See you next time. Bye bye.